title of today's show is is You Can't Leak a Lie. And there's a reason I put that up there, because Trump and others complain about leaks all the time. And I've always said, well, the one problem with complaining about a leak is you're admitting that it actually is true. Because a lie is a lie. It's not a leak. It's just somebody bullshitting. But a leak is true and came from somewhere. Now, there are occasionally leaks, I suppose, that are in the could be maybe category, but none of them, really amount to anything. And so it behooves you to wait until that time. Now, the reason I bring this up is because apparently they're trying to destroy him. Why? Why must they go after Tucker? And obviously we know who they are. We don't know them personally. Obviously, Russell Brand is in charge of describing who the they is. No one knows who they are. Only they know who they are. Only they know who is them. The they, yes. So, but the myth around this is that there are a bunch of things apparently leaking out from Fox News. Apparently, they were just keeping a fucking stack of moments Tucker was shitty, and then if he ever tries to come for the network or something, they're just, dropping them everywhere. And so the idea is that I guess Soros is paying Fox to drop shit on, I don't know, even the argument. Look, if you are, and this is to my dear friends who are in media, if you're a piece of shit behind the scenes and you're mean to people and you mistreat them and you're gross and you're sexually inappropriate and you're fucking rude and you're dismissive, or you're a straight up pig, or you're physically abusive, or any of that shit, I got news for you. It's gonna come out. There's these days, there might have been a day 40 years ago where it wasn't gonna come out. Now it's coming out. So I would say to anybody who is shitty to subordinate workers, or who is a sexist pig, or a fucking tool in general, or is mean and shitty, I would go find another line of work, something that does not involve fame, because it's going to be decades before the mythology builds back up again. And that's shit's going to hit you. It's coming. It's going to bite you in the ass. And if they let you get away with it, and this is, I think, the lesson that Tucker might be learning right now, if they let you get away with it, it's only so they have it as ammo later. That means they're storing it, because nobody just fucking, especially in an organization like Fox, you think they forgive and forget in a place like that? Get the fuck out of here. Everybody, this is my message to you in TV land. If you're out there and you've just glanced across this, or someone has tweeted you this section of the show and gone, hey, because I know we work together and you might want to, people are going to find out you're a fucking asshole. And it would probably be best if you just kind of, moved home and got a ranch and just were a dick in the woods that nobody cared about. Because we're going to find out. And it ain't, and you can't hide behind, it's just a moment, and people, no. People get a free pass for that kind of shit. We're not talking about that at all. You know who you are, and it's gonna come get you. So here we go. All right. This is, they're trying to destroy him, apparently by showing people who he really is. That's a little fucked up too, but all right, we'll see. I haven't watched this, and neither of you, and this is Bill O'Reilly on The First. And I think it's named this because the show literally starts at midnight, so it can be the first show on the day or something.
So Tucker Carlson now.
It's very exciting, Bill. You haven't lost a step.
Obviously gone from Fox News. It's changed the whole television news landscape.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, they don't even have hour blocks anymore on Fox. It all just morphed together into, like, everybody at Fox is just walking around like they've just been hit with a bat that says you're adopted. I'm amazed. Yeah, have you even watched like any news at all on cable. It's crazy. They just, like, I don't know if it's a writer's strike thing or whatever. They're just kind of wandering. It's odd.
And in order to justify...
Oh, wait, no, it hasn't. They've got to fill in his hour, and everything's kind of proceeding as relatively normal.
His departure, there are now leaks coming out about what Mr. Carlson allegedly did or said or texted or emailed.
Well, no, if it's a leak, he really said it. He really did it. That's what makes it a leak. If it's a lie, they're lying about him and say they're lying about him. And as far as alleged, there's fucking video, dummy. That as far as alleged, these are text messages in particular that Fox News had to hand over in court to Dominion. So they are real. There's no alleged in this, you dumb shit.
Leaks are going to two entities. The New York Times, obviously hostile to the Fox News channel.
Obviously. I think it's mainly because they want their building. They're right next door.
And Media Matters, the most radical left news. It's not even news.
Nah, it's not even news. It's like it's news to you.
Internet site that you could find. That's where these leaks are going.
Okay, quick question. Are the leaks themselves fake in any way? Are they deep fakes? Are they selectively edited chunks of stuff? No? Are they not indicative of Tucker's character or how he behaved? Are people going out, that's not even how that happened. That piece of video is taken from a moment where we had just been joking a moment before and he was doing it sort of in character. Is that what they're saying, Bill? No, they're not. And P.S., what the fuck did you have to pay $33 million to keep a woman quiet about? What the fuck? Who in the world pays $33 million to keep a woman quiet about what they've done? Good Lord. There are civil suits against Bill Cosby that did not garner that much fucking money about ongoing assault. This asshole, for the record, just in context, lost his job at Fox because they had already doled out millions, tens of millions of dollars, it seems, over the years, covering up his sexual bullshit at the network and keeping people quiet. And then the final fucking payday, which he had to pay out of his own pocket, apparently, was just an inch too far for these fuckers. And they were like, all right, Bill, you got to go. And the same thing was being said when he was broomed. Oh, they're coming for us and they're coming for us. And now this is attacks on the right-wing media. They're trying to silence her. Bullshit. This dickhead paid $33 million to a woman to keep her quiet. Lord almighty.
Okay. The leaks are basically from the Dominion lawsuit in the discovery, the depositions.
Are they readily available? Can you get copies of them from the court? Okay.
And they make Carlson look bad.
No. They show that he is bad, which is something you should know about. It's not that they make him look bad and he isn't. It's that they show that he's full of shit.
Because again, people are leaving the Fox News channel, so the channel has to try to counter that.
I see. So the channel is leaking stuff to the New York Times and Media Matters. So Bill's in the Fox is doing this. So the they in the title of this, who's behind the Andy Tucker Carlson leaks, they're trying to destroy him. The they is, according to this dipshit, Fox News, a news organization that paid something in the order of $19 million over the course of a couple of decades to cover his sexual indiscretions while at the network.
And somebody, I don't know who, is leaking out damaging stuff against Tucker Carlson.
Why is it damaging? I mean, doesn't it just make his crowd like him more?
Here's what
Doesn't he get like douchebag cred?
Megyn Kelly said. Go.
He said something like, well, my postmenopausal audience still find me attractive in this outfit. Meanwhile, when I reported this last week, all of my postmenopausal viewers, because I have a lot of them, wrote in like, yes. And none of us is offended by that, even in the least. Like, so nice try, Fox, but you tried and failed. So they first leaked to the New York Times. This is my supposition for the record. It hasn't.
Okay, she's making the same accusation, and I guess he said something about his audience being older women and finding him attractive, and that's a self-deprecating douchebag joke.
Yet confirmed, but I know it's them.
Who cares? That's not the problem. That's not what got him in trouble. It's a couple things. One is he cost them tens of millions of dollars because of the whole Dominion bullshit. And secondly, he said stuff about that's not how white men fight, about when some, like, whether it was, I don't know if it was a group of Proud Boys, but, a group of like Oath Keepers jumped some dude. And they were like, oh, fuck, right, he's a racist. We forgot. We had to fire his head writer for writing online under a pseudonym, under a nom de plume, on racist message boards. And there's no fucking way, that Tucker didn't know this.
And I know it's Irina Briganti who runs comms and hates Tucker. Sorry.
Oh, right. So she's naming this woman now, but there's apparently a publicist at Fox who everybody at the network hates. Because, largely, she has a job to do for the network, and they're a bunch of entitled pricks.
She hates his guts.
So she's a good judge of character. All right, good. All right, well, we'll settle that.
All right, Ms. Briganti says she had nothing to do with it.
But, fuck her. Whatever Megyn Kelly says is a go. By the way, the fact that Glenn Beck had both of him and Megyn Kelly on. She left because she was sexually harassed by Roger Ailes, and he left because he sexually harassed people. The culture of that place is fucked.
I don't know.
Thanks, great. You could have started the video that way and skipped the clip altogether. I gotta say, this is a pretty miserable face. I mean, everybody's got some bad freeze frames in them, but almost all of Bill's look like this.
But I do know that in any corporation...
Like the one you were fired from because they were sick of doling out millions of dollars in hush money to women you sexually harassed or assaulted. Continue.
Not just Fox News.
Well, of course not. You used to work for Allstate, didn't you?
If you let somebody go who is popular within the corporation or with an audience or consumers, then you got to just try to destroy that person.
Or you had to let them go because their behavior, which would eventually come to light, was so fucking awful that it would ruin your network, and you let them go, and you were playing nice by letting, doing the whole we parted ways language, and then they come out and have their friends attack you, and you go, oh, no, fuck you. That's not how that works. Here's why. And we're not going to go down with this dickhead.
That's how it's done.
Yeah, that's how it's done. This is what you do. You fire people and you fuck with them and that kind of stuff. Well, yeah, absolutely.
So
any corporation, Starbucks.
Somebody is doing that to Carlson.
By showing who he truly is.
And of course, the Fox haters, the leftists on television, they love this.
Well, technically speaking, there's a difference between being on the left because you're talking about the way the aisles are set up in Congress versus leftist. But he doesn't make that distinction. Everybody's a Marxist. Everybody's a communist, whatever the fuck.
So I have no words.
Yeah, there's a prime leftist. If Morning Joe, that bastion of lefty communism, the guy who single-handedly gave Donald Trump more press than he deserved during the lead up in 2016. Yeah, that's the leftists. Please go on.
not only for what we saw there, but also by people who are going out there going, yeah, but at least he wasn't woke. So we're going to be okay with the most racist rants that I think we've heard on national news in our lifetimes.
But Fox had been somehow in their own minds, I guess, holding up this line that all these allegations of racism against Tucker and against Fox were totally false. And I do think this line about this is how white men fight may have been the last straw for them there.
Or that's the one they let out, and they've still got more, and they're worried that, like, if he keeps coming after them, he's got a bunch more. They've got again, they have a quiver full of shit, because I guess Tucker Carlson is, like many second-generation rich kids before him, stupid enough to think that the people around him aren't keeping track of his bullshit in case they ever decide they have to broom him.
All right, so these people don't know anything.
They don't know anything. They will do it live.
I don't know really what the root of this is, and I don't know.
Great. Well, I'm glad we settled that down. So how do you know they're not right? If they're wrong, you have to have a reason to think they're wrong, other than you just think everybody's wrong. All right.
I can suspect, but
Yes, as can we. We can suspect just how fucking awful you would have to be to have to pay someone $33 million to keep quiet about a sexual assault, and just how damaging and horrifying that would have to be to reach that number, especially when the other ones you paid off for 3, 6, 9, 10, maybe. We can make all kinds of speculations about that.
I'm not going to report that.
Then what the fuck are you talking about?
It's not what we do here.
What do you do here? I'm still not sure. We've watched 3 minutes of this 4-minute and 43-second clip, and I'm still not sure.
All right, but you should know what's going on.
You're right. I should. You should know what's going on. You should know what's going on. Which is what, sir?
The chairman of the Fed is promising.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What's going on is an ad for fucking gold. That's what. It's a minute. Holy shit. It's almost 2 minutes of this shit. Please tell me there's he didn't end with this fucking. Yeah, that's it. That's the fucking. Oh, God. I walked into it. I should have known better. Should have known better than to let you go alone. Times like these, can't make it on my own.